Today we're going to do something called unit conversion, and knowing how to do that will depend on understanding some things that you've done in the past, and I want to review that. First is fraction math, multiplication of fractions. 1/2 times 1/2. Hope you remember you multiply top times top, bottom times bottom, otherwise we call that denominator on top, numerator on the bottom. Multiply that 1 times 1 equals 1, 2 times 2 is 4, so 1/2 times a half is a quarter, 1/4. 1/2 times 3/4, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 4 is 8. So 1/2 times 3/4 is 3/8. And one more, 1/2 times 6/1, or 1/2 times 6. Probably know what that is, but 1 times 6 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 goes into 2 ones, 2 goes into 6 3 times, so that equals 3. 1/2 times 6 is 3. The other thing I want to go over is just some thinking that I think you'll follow here with simple numbers and words, but it's going to be the same kind of thinking that will apply when we do unit conversion. Let's say we have two cars and we have 4 people can fit in one car. So if we have 2 cars, how many people can fit in the cars? If you listen carefully, you can listen to that and realize you have 8 people who can go in the 2 cars. Well, the math that shows that is like what we were just doing with fraction math. I want to multiply this 2 cars times this ratio here of 4 people per car. Now, if I think of this as a fraction, I can just think of it like fraction math. And I'll multiply the numbers times the number, 2 times 4, and down here 1 times 1, and I get 8 up top and 1 down below. I can't ignore the units. I have to multiply cars by people, uh, and so that's going to be a car times a people. Well, that's weird. And down below, I have a car still down in the denominator. Well, that car cancels that car, and this leaves 8 people over 1, which we know we can just think of as 8 people. Let's do another one. If there's 3 classes and there's 20 people in a class, how many people are there? Might be able to do that in your head, but just like above, we'll solve it here with the math. So just to remind myself to the math I'm going to use like fraction math here. I'm going to multiply, and I have 3 times 20 is 60, and 1 times 1 down below is 1. Now this class cancels that class right there, and so I'm really just left with people as the only unit, and so the answer of 60 people over 1 is 60 people. That's how many people are in 3 classes if there's 20 people per every 1 class.